Carlo, can you explain to me the interesting thing that you've done with the ceiling to go along with the great wall package? You're doing something special with the ceiling as well.
Sure. Yeah, I can get into detail on that. So I'll first start off to explain what you normally would see in a house at this stage if you walked in. What you would normally see if you looked up is you would see trusses running and you would see dead attic space. What we've created is a continuous blanket of insulation. So the underside of the trusses are first lined with poly, then we line it with 4 inches of rigid EPS insulation. So EPS insulation is the same stuff we've got on the ice panel here. So we get that continuity of the insulation. It's just continuous and it ties directly nicely to the ice panel. So again, that thermal building envelope is contained. I'll just kind of draw it out here just to explain what it looks like. If we envision just a truss, then we have our walls, our nice ice panel walls coming down here. What we've done is we've taken the poly and we've ran it along the truss like this and lapping onto the wall. And it's sealed at this point. Then we are taking 4 inches of rigid foam and lining the entire underside of the ceiling with it again. And then we take and we put 2x4 strapping underside of that, which then is mechanically fastened to the trusses. What this is allowing is it's creating that continuous insulation as we spoke about. We're getting a good air seal, and we're also allowing all our electrical and mechanical to be on the warm side of the insulation versus having it running in and out of the poly.
One of the things that we see as energy advisors is we see a lot of air leakage in a conventional ceiling system through pot lights and electrical.
Yeah, electrical. Anything that's basically penetrating the poly. So what Chelsea's getting at is quite often when you have a pot light, you'd have the poly line here, and then you got to have poly hoods that go over this.
Exactly.
And then your pot light sits in there. And now the insulation quite often is barely skimming over that. And what happens is you're going to get condensation buildup in here or air leakage at the joints of all this.
All this do for your construction time?
Ultimately, it doesn't increase our construction time. We're still building in the same amount of time, but the big pro to it is when our framers leave site, we are an insulated home. What the pro to that is, if we're in winter construction, before our mechanical trades come in, we can drop a little 220 box heater in the house, heat the place, and make it nice and warm for the mechanical trades.